It's your boy BT, and we are live once again, roughly 24 hours after the Sergey Kovalev, Canelo Alvarez. I guess you want to call it a super fight. I'm not sure if you want to call it a super fight, but we'll call it that. It's your boy BT. We're live here on True School Sports. As always, got my dad here to discuss the fights. Let's get some comments right quick because I saw one comment. I want to give a big shout out to my man Brian Olivares. Brian, shout out to my man Brian. He did a hell of a job last night, just moderating it. And you know what? Shout out to all the moderators. Like moderators, y'all did your damn thing last night. And it helped the stream run a lot smoother because I didn't have to be there looking at the comments and clicking. And so everybody out there with a wrench, shout out to you guys. You did the damn thing. But we're here to talk about Canelo Alvarez versus Sergey Kovalev because there was a lot of things that happened. And obviously, we're going to get to that. So before we get to that, a couple of things that I'm going to remind you guys of. If you haven't heard so already, just a couple programming reminders. Gotta knock these out the way.
Right.
First of all, next this coming Thursday, the Naoya Inoue Nonito Donaire live fight reaction that will be taking place. So mark your calendars for that. Make sure you join us here on True School Sports as we cover what's going to be a hell of a fight. Also, that's next Saturday. We got the biggest fight in the world, Logan Paul versus KSI. We'll be live for that fight, so that figures to be a hell of a time. And then just last but not least, if you're in the UK area, a month from tomorrow, I will be in the UK. So the UK TSS takeover will commence on December the 4th. We'll be going to gyms everywhere: Liverpool, London, Wales, Manchester, Birmingham. It's going to be quite a trip. So if you're out there in the UK and you want to get up with your boy BT, you can hit me up here on YouTube, hit me up on social media, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I'm not hard to find. Everything's in my about section. So with that being said, make sure you guys like and subscribe so that the whole YouTube world knows that you're rocking with your boy BT and you like what True School Sports has going on and all that stuff. Now, before we get into what happened with the fight last night, one last shout out because everybody deserves a shout out. We had over 50,000 views.
Wow.
On our live fight reaction.
Thank you guys for
it was
support.
The most we ever had. So I'm just blown away by it. The support's been great. And just thank you guys if you're a new subscriber and you're watching. Great. If you're someone who regularly tunes in, great. And that's just what it is. But before we get into the live and just going back and watching the Kovalev fight, please smash that like button. I see that there's 16 of you in here right now. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. And that'll be a big help to the channel. Now, Sergey Kovalev versus Canelo Alvarez. Let's get into it, Dad. All right. Well, actually, before we get into it, let's go to some comments.
Sure.
Let's go to some comments. We got Shihi in the building. Big shout out to Shihi.
All right.
SSB 28. He asked, "What time is the Inoue fight?" That's a good question. I'm not even sure, to be honest with you. I think I anticipate that it's going to be earlier in the day. So I haven't really looked into it myself. But once I have a clear picture of that, I'll definitely be sure to let you know. We got Sam in the building. Shout out to Sam. He was here last night.
Sam?
We got Bum City. What's up, Bum City?
Bum City.
Okay. So yeah, we got the whole True School gang in the building. Family. So with that being said, we're just gonna jump right into it because there's no point in wasting time. And you guys feel free to chime in. We'll definitely be getting to your guys' comments. I'm gonna have a lot of points to make. He's gonna have a lot of points to make. So if we don't get to your comment immediately, don't take offense to it. We're just getting what we got to say out first, and that's what it'll be. So we'll start off with my father. Dad, just give me your thoughts now that you've had almost about 24 hours to process Canelo versus Kovalev. What are your thoughts on Canelo versus Kovalev?
Well, I personally think the fight was obviously everybody was very interested in the fight. For me, it was a big fight that I was waiting for to see what the outcome was going to be, how everything turned out. I thought that as far as Kovalev goes, I expected more from him. I understood that he was being careful with Canelo as far as fighting in the ring. I don't think he used his right hand enough, and he wasn't aggressive enough to win. But at the same time, I know that he's not a young buck anymore. So I think he got tired through the fight, and that also cost him the fight. A lot. I've been hearing through the social media, everybody's saying it was fixed, making all these kind of excuses, that so forth and so forth. At the end of the day,
You don't think it was fixed?
no, I don't believe it was fixed. Uh, I, I mean, when he got hit. If you go slow mo, look how he got hit by Canelo. How can you say that's fixed? Let me hit you in the jaw. Let me hit you by your temple. See how fixed it's going to be. The only thing I could say towards Canelo, congratulations to him and Mexican fans, is that the only thing I would ask of him is to fight a fight without having the
Hydration clause?
hydration clause. Kovalev, I think, honestly, done enough for boxing. I think it's got Father Time has caught up to him,
Mm-hmm.
and it's time for him to move on and hold his head high before something serious happens to him. I don't think he's going to have a chance with these young guys in the lightweight division. Bivol, Bibidov, and so forth and so forth. I think them guys will destroy him if they ever get into the ring with him.
Destroy? There's a walk through?
I'm going to say Bibidov, the way he fights, yes. Bivol has been waiting. These guys are young. Bottom line, your time has come up. You've done. You've had everything. So as far as that, but as far as Canelo, you got to give him props. The only thing, like I say, is he needs to give it up that rehydration clause.
Well, why? What about the old term like if it ain't broke, don't fix it? Because when Canelo fought Floyd Mayweather, he was the B side, and Floyd weight drained him. So isn't he in turn doing what Floyd did to him to everybody else?
That's fine. But what I'm getting at, if you want to be honest uh, with yourself, and to all your Mexican fans, to all the boxing fans, fight the fight as it is, as it was supposed to be in the beginning, anyways.
Mhm.
Then don't have a track record of all the fighters that you have fought previously with that rehydration clause. Yes, we all as athletes wanted to have an advantage, feel an advantage. Why should I stop something that's gone to my side mentally, and it's helped me a lot. Why do I want to stop now? It's because deep down inside, if you're a true warrior, a true champion, you do it the right way.
Okay. So I'll ask you this. All right. How much of the rehydration clause do you think affected Kovalev in the ring?
I think it was a lot. I think he actually said.
Was it more the rehydration clause than what Canelo was doing in the ring? What do you think?
I'm not going to say it was more. I'm just going to say that was part of it. You know, um, if you're the one if you're the one squirrel the dog barking up that tree, or going or chasing Kovalev for going to weight classes, you already knew what you were getting yourself into before you even decided to take that fight. And what I'm getting at is that you knew what you're getting into. It was on territory that hasn't been touched before.
Uncharted waters.
Yeah, like uncharted territory that you're going to. So you knew that. But you if it was that it just came out 24 hours, or if Coca knew it, I just don't like that. I think you should fight the fight the way it is, and that's it. Leave it like that. I mean, a lot of people say all kinds. I'm saying all kinds have their own opinions, but that's mine. Uh, Canelo, I'm willing to bet the next fighter you fight, you're gonna have some kind of bullshit rehydration clause, and I'm not gonna respect that.
Not gonna respect it.
No.
Okay. Well, you don't think he fought a good fight though? Like as far as his game plan and how he approached the fight
I think strategically
strategically, yeah, as far as strategy.
Kovalev was trying to keep the distance. He knew how dangerous uh, Canelo's power punches was, but I said all along that Canelo was going to go to the body. He was going to work that body, and if you look throughout the whole fight, that's what he was focusing on. He was letting Kovalev jab, 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 but he didn't care about that. It's like it's like a dog nipping at you, nipping, nipping, nipping. But when I bite you, you don't know it. That's how Canelo was. So strategically for both sides, it was good. I just think that McGirt, Kovalev's trainer, I think he gave a little bit too much just to use that jab, and that's it. And then again, you were telling me for the longest time throughout the fight that he's getting tired, and I honestly didn't think he was tired at all. I just thought he was just sitting there because I didn't see him Kovalev exhaust any kind of energy until I guess like you were saying, little by little, those body shots are going to affect him.
The body shots. I'm not gonna say it was so much the body shots. I think it was more the pressure because Canelo, we didn't see the first couple, like first half of the fight. We didn't see like the Canelo that's like loose and has great head movement. We saw Canelo press Kovalev and make Kovalev work and throw punches when he didn't want to throw punches.
Right.
And then that, along with the body shots, along with the jab, that all added up over time, and then you got the result you got.
Yeah, so it was a shocker for me, but
Okay. Well, I actually just before we got on live, I just made a video about this, and it'll be out soon. It's just my opinion of the Kovalev fight. I'm just gonna go through some of my points about this fight, and I have quite a few, so bear with me. Um, but a lot of people talk about this fight being fixed, and I listen. You have every reason to believe that, and truthfully speaking, there's a part of me that cynical side of me that does believe it because with Golden Boy Promotions, I mean, this is the same promotional company that staged Danny Garcia versus Rod Salka. Okay, so you can never put anything past Golden Boy Promotions. But what I will say with Kovalev and what I noticed is just in watching the fight and being objective and remove my feelings. This is what I noticed with Kovalev and Canelo as far as how he fought the fight. Sergey Kovalev fought Canelo the same way he fought Anthony Yarde. I don't think he fought Canelo any differently than he fought Anthony Yarde. I just believe that the difference in how the fight played out obviously was the caliber of opponent that was on the other side of the ring. Um, it was a lot easier for him to set the pace with Yarde because of the fact that Yarde had never been in a big fight. Yarde was extremely green, and Yarde, the longer the fight went on, the more he was gassing out. Right. So I mean, because I even highlighted this. If you go back and you check my videos before this fight, when I always said that Buddy McGirt had Kovalev trusting in his jab so much to the point where when he gets a guy in that corner, he's not cocking that right hand and just throwing it down the pipe like he used to, like when he fought Pascal and Bernard Hopkins and all them guys. This is a different. This is a more patient, more mature Kovalev, and how he fought Anthony Yarde worked for him in the Anthony Yarde fight, trusting in the jab and trusting it so much to the point where he gave him no opportunities to counter off the right hand. It worked for him in the Anthony Yarde fight, but what worked for him in the Anthony Yarde fight actually worked against him in the Canelo fight. So that's what I took.
I mean, one thing you did always told me that back in the day, he was more of a fast worker. He was more when he got into his fights, even when he was with the Ward fight, he was more going forward and doing his thing. Nowadays, he's just supposedly more patient and following instructions of his trainer.
Well, he has to. He doesn't have the punch resistance he used to have, and he doesn't have the stamina he used to have. Right. So he has to fight that way. It's what works for him. You know what I'm saying? And just to piggyback on what I said, like in basketball, right?
Yeah.
When a team can shoot 3-pointers, right? And when they're so good at it, like they shoot so many 3-pointers, but they say in basketball, when you live by the 3-pointer, you die by the 3-pointer. And in this case for Kovalev, it was one of those rare instances in boxing where when you live by the jab, you die by the jab. And that jab had no steam behind it. He wasn't really putting anything behind it. He wasn't stepping into it with any conviction. And when he threw the right, he knew that Canelo was going to counter off of that. Right. So that's why you saw what you saw, because Kovalev knew that he didn't have the speed to deal with Canelo. He knows. I mean, he's not a great inside fighter. He's never been a great inside fighter. We're not going to confuse him with freaking, Julio Cesar Chavez Senior. But his jab banked him rounds early on, but he needed to actually hurt Canelo within those first 6 rounds.
Yeah, you did.
And he was unable to do it.
You did say that he should have come out at least throwing that right once or twice when the fight started. You said he couldn't just keep jabbing along, but I could have sworn in my mind I was like, okay, after the 6th round he's going to turn it on, and then I just kept waiting for that, and it never really happened.
Yeah,
but I did have him winning. I did have Kovalev winning.
What did you have it? What did you have before the knockout?
I'm gonna say about 7-3.
Out of 7.
Yeah, 7-3, and I was like, okay, he's got this. And then I also remember when he was fighting Alvarez, the first fight, he was winning that thing for the longest too, and the same thing happened. So just never know in boxing. But I'm not gonna say it was all a stage fight. No way. If you go in slow motion and see those punches, forget about it.
One of the main reasons I feel Canelo won this fight, other than like what everybody else is saying, like the corruption and fixing the fight, which I'm not putting that past Golden Boy, but I'm looking at just purely what happened in the ring,
right?
And also how Kovalev fought his last fight against Yard, which honestly I think he fought damn near the same identical fight.
It's an imprint,
huh?
It's an imprint, the same thing.
Yeah, he fought the same damn fight, but the thing is, he had a much better opponent in front of him, so the result and the way it looked wasn't going to be the same. But same problems, the same things he was doing in the Yard fight, he was doing in the Canelo fight. But what really won Canelo this fight more than anything, more than power punches, more than I guess judges or fixing the fight, is he made Canelo work when he didn't have to. Canelo made Kovalev work when he didn't have to, when he didn't want to.
Right.
Kovalev had a hard time after, I would say, like the fourth, fifth round, dictating the fight with the jab. You saw Canelo round by round, cutting that distance, getting closer, and
that's so true.
In his own right, even sometimes, like a lot of times, Canelo would keep his lead left foot just on the outside of Kovalev's, and then whenever that left foot got anywhere on the inside of Kovalev's, he's stepping in immediately, and that jab is landing. And he lost rounds. Yes, he gave up a lot of the early rounds, but even in the rounds he was losing, he had moments where he was okay. I'm losing. I lost this round, but I'm here. Like I'm in the fight. So that's what it was. And then when he got to the 11th round, when he got to the 11th round, everything kind of had come to its crescendo, as they would say. He broke Kovalev down in the beginning of this round. I remember there was a sequence in this round where Kovalev, he tried to clinch Canelo, right? And when he clinched Canelo hit him with an uppercut.
Right.
Hit him with an uppercut. The round progressed. And when Canelo had Kovalev on the ropes, he loaded up with a big right hand and clocked him, bang.
Yeah.
And I think it was like it wasn't just that round, but there was rounds before that also where you saw Canelo Alvarez landing right hands out the clinch, uppercuts out the clinch, and this got Kovalev to a point where he said, why the hell am I even clinching? Right. And he came a lose because then his arms slowly began to drop because of him. And I said that when we were live. His right hand was beginning to drop because the pace. Canelo making him fight when he didn't want to fight. It was getting to him. Yeah. And I just thought, listen, it's no secret, I'm not the biggest Canelo fan. I mean, I got a Kovalev shirt on my wall. I love Kovalev. But I thought he fought a good fight. I thought he fought the fight, a fantastic fight. Showed good boxing IQ, stuck with his game plan. He was content. Like he was content to lose the first couple of rounds to Sergey Kovalev because he trusted his game plan. He trusted that he'd be able to break him down, and that's ultimately what he did. So you can't let him give him credit. Now, what I will say is, since he won the fight, I've been hearing a lot of things about Canelo being the fighter of the decade and all this nonsense. Now, look, this is going to be the video for another day, but Canelo Alvarez is not the fighter of the decade. And if you're going to ask me why the fighter of the decade is, and you don't really know who I am, it's Roman Gonzalez. Roman Gonzalez is the fighter of the decade. But that's another video for another day. Going back to Canelo.
Stay tuned.
Going back to Canelo.
Yeah.
He's WBO light heavyweight champion.
Right.
Or light heavyweight champion. So he said that he might stay at 175. So what do you think about Canelo 175?
I think if he fights any other lightweights,
heavyweights,
he's gonna have some problems.
You think so?
Yes. Sir.
Okay, who's giving him problems?
Bibidov definitely gives him problems.
Bibidov's giving him problems?
Yeah.
Why?
Very aggressive. He's not gonna stand there like Kovalev and measure everything. He's gonna come in at you. He's going to make it harder for you. You think he's going to allow Canelo just walk to him like Kovalev did? It's not happening with Bibidov last fight. You all take a look at Bibidov's last fight and you tell me. Bib's been around for a long time and he's been asking for calling out a lot of people for the fight. And it hasn't happened. But I just think he's going to eventually have to defend that belt sooner or later. So I think Bibidov, who else in the lightweight? That's also
Bosnick.
Yeah, Bosnick.
Buatsi.
Yeah. So there you go. So there's a lot of other fighters out there, but I think
Anthony Yard.
He's there. So yeah, but I'm getting at, he's gonna have to defend that belt sooner or later anyway. So he's gonna have to face the music. But he's not gonna stay there. He already said it prior to that. You already know he said he's gonna go to 168, 160. And for him to come back up, it's only going to be if the money's right, defend that belt. But if he goes up with any of the two first young dogs I told you about, done.
I'm gonna disagree. I'm actually gonna disagree with you on that.
Okay.
I don't think I don't think BWF is beating him.
I think.
I don't think he's beating him. I think his style is actually like tailor made for him, for Canelo.
Who's that?
BWF.
You think so?
I think his style is tailor made for Canelo. Because you watch how he fights, like he likes to plod forward, he likes to
Yeah.
come forward. You know, I just feel like that plays into Canelo's hands. The reason he struggled with Kovalev
Yeah.
and Golovkin as well
Right.
is the fact that they were tall, they were rangy, they knew how to
Yeah.
they know how to use their jab.
But I don't see Canelo's coming up to 175. Like he even said when they were asking him in an interview that it's easy to go gain the weight, move up to the division, but it's just difficult going back to the weight that you actually your natural weight. That's what he said, but I'm not disagreeing. I'm just telling you what was coming when they were interviewing him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Canelo 175 should be interesting. You know, hopefully he does. You know, it's going to be a lot harder for him to make the 160. You know, because you know when you go up in weight, it's a lot harder to come back down.
Right, that's what you're saying.
So you know, if he doesn't go to 175, if he doesn't stay at 175, then maybe he's looking at 168. Maybe fighting like the Callum Smiths, Caleb Plants, David Benavidez, those guys.
Right.
We'll see what happens with Canelo. Okay, now as far as Kovalev versus Canelo, I mean, this is what live is about, and we're just gonna touch on this more.
Right.
Was it rigged? You don't think so? You've already established you don't think it's rigged.
I don't think it was big at all. When he punch you in the
At
jaw
all?
and hit you in the temple and see if that's rigged.
Okay.
I don't think it was rigged at all. The only thing that I have the problem with, like I said, beginning of the video, and I've been saying this, is Canelo's what's it called?
Rehydration clause. So
Yeah.
aside from the rehydration clause, okay, let's forget the rehydration clause for a second.
Okay.
Kovalev himself made a big deal. I know he signed the contract, so he has to take responsibility.
Right.
But Kovalev made a big deal about basically this being such a quick turnaround after Anthony Yarde fight, because he fought Anthony Yarde, I believe, it was like August the 22nd. You know, so
Right.
do you think they, you know, I'm not. I mean, because he has to agree to the contract, but like, did that play more of a role in the rehydration clause? Maybe the quick turnaround, not having his body, not having enough time to heal, because like he has a lot of miles on the odometer.
Yeah.
That Sergey Kovalev. He's got a lot of miles. You know,
I'm not going to make no excuses at all, but I think that obviously money was a big factor why he took the fight.
Of course.
I mean, big money. That probably, who knows if they're going to get a bigger fight like that again. That was one of the reasons he took the fight. But I could see it being a factor if you as a fighter and like anybody else who has a routine and you have your body trained a certain way, then you give some time to heal back up, and then you go back into the ring again after several months or whatever. I could see that, so it could play a part as far as that. Yeah.
Okay. They also, you know, it is worth noting that Canelo was up on the cards. You know, I know, like I was live, so I was asking people round by round. You know, what do you guys have this fight? And the majority of people were saying that Kovalev was winning the fight. I had it 7-3. I remember people on the live had it 6-4.
Right.
A lot of people had it 7-3.
Right.
Chris Mannix didn't have it in favor of Kovalev. You know, Chris, the company man Mannix on the zone. He had Canelo up at like 2 or 3 rounds.
Crazy.
I don't know what fight he was watching.
Yeah.
I mean, Jesus Christ, he might need these.
Yeah.
And these got some wear and tear on him.
Yeah.
I mean, he might need these.
True.
But the judges had 96-94. 2 judges had 96-94 in favor of Canelo. 1 judge had it dead even. And you know, like it's good in a way that Canelo knocked Kovalev out, because then if he didn't knock him out, it would have been a controversial decision.
Yeah.
So whether it was by hook or by crook, Canelo was getting this decision. You know, Kovalev was either gonna have to outbox him by a lot or knock him out.
That's true.
And he did really neither. He did neither, and came close to doing either.
Right. Yeah, you're right. I mean, like I said, everybody is going to have their own opinion. We've seen it with our eyes. We've seen what the results were, and it is what it is. I mean, people can say whatever they want to say. But it is what it is. The only thing, you know, what I say, I don't know what other scrubbers are saying or what they think.
We'll get to that in a second.
Yeah, that I feel that, like I say, Canelo won it fair square. Was the more aggressive one. Cole just never got that right. I think the right hand. I think McGirt told him to hold back, and I understand the danger of it. But you're already risking this. You knew it was a risk getting in the ring with anybody. Each time you get in the ring with somebody, it's always going to be a risk anyway. So, you at some point you have to throw that right hand and just move.
Yeah, the only time he's seen to land that right hand with any success was like the eighth, ninth round, and other than that, it was virtually non-existent.
Nothing at all. I mean, you gotta come out some other way and just say. McGregor had to tell my. I told my son in the 12th round that's where he's gonna go. He's gonna go all out. And sure enough, it never got to the 12th round. You would tell me he was gassing out.
He was gassing out. I mean, the pressure Canelo was definitely getting to him. So I'm gonna ask you this last night because last night, when we do these lives, sometimes it's not the best thing to ask us questions because we're very emotionally invested in the fight. But I ask you now that you have data process it. Where do you rank Canelo pound for pound? And do you rank Canelo pound for pound?
I'm not gonna rank.
So you're sticking to your guns. You're doubling down.
No, I'm just pissed off. Yeah, I'm not ranking anything. As long as you don't fight a fighter the way he should be fought.
So he's not on your top 3 pound for pound.
No, I don't think so. I'll take Buck Crawford. I mean, a lot of people and it's funny you said a lot of people on social media was saying they were saying the same thing that some people wouldn't even rank him pound. I don't. I mean, you got.
How about Lomachenko? Yeah, rank over Lomachenko.
Lomachenko. Lomachenko. The thing is pissing me off. The thing is pissing me off about.
You better cause some smoke in the comment section.
Yeah. But I'm saying Lomachenko. I love him. He's a skilled fighter. He's a great fighter and everything. But he's being a diva in his own way about not fighting certain fights because of whatever the weight limits or some certain things. But he's not causing a thing with the. I'm gonna go back to it again. I can't respect the champion that uses a bullshit advantage against other fighters, knowing the risk the fighters take anyways to get to the weight that they're at, and to have an advantage of that. If you're gonna go chase somebody and take their title, do it the right way. And that's the right way. Is getting in the ring, fighting. Forget about what advantage you are. You have to believe in your skills and do it and get it done. That's just me. And I don't think Canelo. I mean, you Mexican fans can hate me or whatever, but that's just my own opinion. I don't think he's a right before 4-time. And if he won all those,
so you don't rank.
No, I'm not going.
All right, I'll just do this. I'm gonna name fighters, right? I'm gonna name some fighters, and you just tell me yes or no. Do you rank Canelo over this fighter? Okay. Ready? Okay, Lomachenko.
Yes.
You over Lomachenko?
I will.
Okay. Terrence Crawford.
Definitely yes.
Wait, you're putting Canelo over these fighters?
Yeah. I don't care. I'm telling you why I'm putting over the fighters because I don't.
No, I'm asking. Are you putting Canelo above them on your list?
No, not above them. No,
Okay.
I'm sorry. No.
So we're gonna start again.
No.
Canelo pound for pound. Okay, so I'm gonna name a fighter.
Okay.
And when I name them, you just tell me yes or no.
Okay.
Do you put Canelo above the fight's name that comes out of my mouth?
I got you.
So Vasyl Lomachenko.
No.
Terrence Crawford.
No.
Nayo the Monster Inoue.
No.
Usyk.
No.
Manny Pacquiao.
Definitely not.
Damn, he's definitely not. No. Okay. Who else is there? I'm missing a couple people.
Yeah, there's Crawford. There's Lomachenko. I like Usyk. I like. Yeah, I'm not.
So he's not top 5 pound for pound.
No, I'm telling you why. I'm explaining to you why I'm not holding him accountable for it.
Yo, do y'all agree on my dad?
You don't have to agree with it. That's just my opinion. I do not like a fighter that going into any fight and using that damn rehydration, whatever you want to call it, clause to go ahead and fight. And then he claims when I was telling my son yesterday, my son was telling me they're not gonna never mention this on live. When the DNC interview and they're talking about Canelo, talking about him. They never once say, "Oh, by the way, the rehydration clause just comes into question of all this last pass." No, not once. They would just, I'm sorry, dick riding him and do whatever they want with him. I do not respect a fighter that claims that he's great, and then he goes into his fights giving a disadvantage to the opponent that he believes he can beat cleanly, but yet he has to have some kind of clause, some kind of rule behind it. No, I do not stand by that.
Okay, Gennady Golovkin.
No.
No,
I'm not.
Is there any fighter in boxing that you got?
No, I'm
over?
just telling you right now because I just told you. I'm not saying some of these boxers probably didn't do the same thing, but since I've seen Canelo prior to fighting Kovalev, the resume that he has on using that rehydration clause, I cannot stand it and call him a clean 4-time world champion. No way. Okay, it's just like a lot of fights that Floyd Mayweather had. I'm not talking about the rehydration. Floyd Mayweather always fought in Las Vegas. He never gone anywhere as much and fight a real champion. And he fought not everybody, but some of his fighters were also not in their best in their prime when he fought some of the fights what he got. But we're not talking. This isn't about Canelo. We're talking about. I mean, about Floyd. We're talking about Canelo.
How about Clutch of Shields? You got him both Clutch of Shields?
What?
You got Clutch of Shields? You got Canelo? Do you rank who about Clutch of Shields?
I'll rank Amanda Serrano.
Damn.
I'll rank
you got women's fighters with Canelo.
Cecilia's breakers.
This is getting extreme.
Yeah, but I mean, my whole issue with Canelo is he's got a track record of using that rehydration clause. If you believe in your ability and you're a true champion, you don't put no type of stipulation to fight your opponent. That's my whole argument with him. That's my whole argument with him. I can't sit there and tell you you're a 4-time world champion when a lot of the fights that you fought that were in their prime or passive or whatever you want to call them are actually decent, you're gonna have some kind of clause every time you fight them. So what's that telling me? You truly don't believe in your own ability to go into that ring and dominate the opponent you say you're going to do without having some type of stipulation that goes against the opponent prior to getting in the ring.
You established your point. I get it. Okay. I thought maybe after 24 hours you might change your stance, but you double down. You seem more firm in your stance than ever before.
Yeah, I just have to came to our reality and accept those fights. Sometimes, guys, I'm serious when I tell you. Sometimes I can't sleep. I get angry because I
can't sleep.
Sometimes when I see some of the fights and I see the stuff, this case is different. But I'm not going to sit here and I'm not hating on them. You Mexican fans and all you all you boxers that love Canelo. I'm not hating on you. I'm just the fact is, but not once did they mention anything national broadcasting. They're not going to do it. My son says you're never going to hear that. The rehydration. So how can you sit there as an announcer or commentator and say, "Oh yeah, Canelo did this, did that, blah 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 blah. He's the greatest of them all." Oh, by the way, most of those fights he had.
All right. Here's a better question. Okay, we're gonna switch gears here for a second here on True School Sports. It's your boy BT. It's your boy BT. We're live here on True School Sports discussing the Canelo fight, the aftermath of it all. We're gonna get your guys' comments soon, so please wait for that. We're gonna switch gears. Y'all smash that like button. We're gonna switch gears. Okay, so we talk about how the Canelo fight may have or may have not have been a fix. Okay. Now, if that's not a fix, is the Ryan Garcia Romero Duno fight a fix? Because I went back and I watched it, and I'm trying to figure out where the hell the devastating punch landed that had Duno hurt. Listen.
I'm gonna say
if the Canelo fight wasn't a dive, I think the Ryan Garcia Duno fight was closer to a dive than the Canelo fight.
Hear this out. With that fight, I think if you watch it closely, I think when Duno actually falls, we don't see literally any punch that actually landed on Duno. But prior to him falling, Ryan Garcia did catch him with 2 or 3 good shots to the temple or to the head, and I think that had a devastating effect on Duno, no matter how you want to look at it.
So you think that wasn't a dive?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna disagree with you on that one.
Okay.
Listen, the Canelo fight. No. That's my interpretation. I think that's actually more legit than the Ryan Garcia Duno fight. That shit was, I literally he hit him with a couple of grazing shots. He was piecing up early in the round.
If I hit you,
no. That was a mother loving dive.
If I hit you,
that dude was diving like Michael Phelps. That dude was diving like Michael Phelps in the swimming pool at the Olympics.
If I hit you,
you got the game messed up.
No, hear this out. If I hit you in your tempo, boom, just twice. You don't know when you come out right away. You lose your equilibrium. You know what that is? That's your balance you have. For how many seconds is that? And yeah, in the knockout, I didn't look that Ryan Garcia touched it, but prior to that, he did have some excellent shots that did affect him. I don't know you guys get chime in.
My man Triple JJJ is saying that Duno fell on his own arm. Okay. Fell on his own arm. Yeah, but where did he get hurt? He got fell on his arm. Like, so you're not telling me that the fluorescent lights knock him down. Like,
so you're saying that if I hit you guys, if I hit somebody in the temple prior to you falling, that's not going to affect you the way you're going to go.
Listen, I'm not refuting that. It could be a legitimate knockdown, but like, if you're asking me,
I'm just telling
which one looks more like a dive? Which one is closer to being a dive? I think Ryan Garcia versus Romero Duno was closer to being dive than Kovalev Canelo. Straight up. Now, like, he did land some decent shots.
Yeah.
And now listen, you can't handle on tempo shots. You get in tempo the wrong way one time. That's all she wrote.
Yeah.
But I mean, Jesus Christ! Like, go back. I know I sound crazy right now, but go back and watch it.
I know you're talking about, because when he knocked him down, They showed the knockdown Duno, and when Garcia knocked him down in slow mo, and I said I didn't see him hit him. Yeah, I understand that, I get that, but the couple punches prior to that, that did affect him. He was still in La La Land. I don't think he just went like, okay, I'm just gonna fall. You think he would do that? You think some of this? So you might as well just call.
As long as
So you might as well just call boxing WWF. You might as well
well,
call
you
it the
know
same
what?
thing.
To be
You might
fair,
you call it the way you see. You must call the same thing.
to be fair, when we were live last night, there were about a good 4 or 5 people that called boxing WWF.
Did they?
The people in comments
Oh
on my
my
videos that said boxing became WWF. You mean, for Christ's sake, we got the linear heavyweight champion in the WWF, in Tyson Fury. So why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
So what is this? The second coming? Boxing is WWF? Come on, man. I mean, I'm not saying it is not. I'm just this is what I'm giving you, what I see and what I think, and everybody's entitled to their opinion, and that's why I love boxing. It's conversation, any sports conversation.
Okay, so that's what it is there. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll talk about some other fights that took place in that card. Okay, now you had we'll go to the women's fight. Tanisha Estrada versus Marlene Esparza. Now,
Oh my God.
I mean, since the fight ended,
All right.
you had Tanisha Estrada talking about, I'm here at the podium and she's at the hospital,
That's some crazy stuff right
Marlene,
there.
where are you? You know, she
Cold heart. That's
Tanisha
a
Estrada was
pill
cold
right
blooded,
there.
and I was trying to listen. I was trying to tell
You
you.
were telling for the longest.
I've been trying to tell you. I told you like a year and a half ago. I said this woman reminds me of my ex-girlfriend. Got the same personality.
Oh my God.
You got the same personality, quiet. Nice, got a nice face. But that woman is cold blooded. I told you she was cold blooded.
You did.
And last night she showed it in the ring. She damn sure showed it out the ring.
I mean, a lot of people were saying that the headbutt cost her the. That's how Sinisa won the fight. Blah 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 blah. I mean, I understand that, but I mean at the same time, a lot of people also saying this, that Marlene Esparza was coming on if she didn't have that butt hit, and then that when they butted heads, the cutting on the forehead. But then again, Sinisa said no. Well, I've had the same thing, and I fought and had experience with blood in my face, and I still would do. I still withstood my own and won those fights, so don't come with that. So, but I mean, it just they're saying that that's Sinisa Estrada is scared because of her. That's why she want to give a rematch. So who knows? You know, I think it was a fair fight. I think the butt head did affect Marlene, but I don't think that the way Sinisa was fighting and throwing the punches, I don't think that Marlene would have won that fight, in my opinion. Yes, she looked strong in the beginning, and she was a taller, bigger fighter, but yeah.
My man Karan Brett says you could see that whole skull.
Yeah, it kind of was like the fight with Badu Jack when he got split like that on the floor.
That's exactly how when we were live and it happened. I said, "Yo, she looked like Badu Jack right now."
Yeah,
straight up, she looked like Badu Jack.
So, I mean, that was like a sick cut. But I mean, then she just, I mean, she did finally put as far as she just posted. She thanked the fans and everything. That cut's not going to stop her from going to where she wants to go, what level she wants to get at. So, I respect it.
Now today I was on Instagram today, and I was on Sinisa Estrada's profile doing some research, and LeBron James actually LeBron James posted something about her on his story today.
Wow!
So Tanisha Estrada is getting all this exposure, and with the win like that on a card like that, I think she took a good step in the right direction of becoming like a star in women's boxing. I've been saying it for years, way before any of you guys know what Tanisha Estrada really was. 2016, I was saying that. She's got everything it takes. She's got the skills. She's got the right femininity. That's the word right this time. Femininity, and she's a hell of a fighter. And listen, I'm gonna quote what you guys said in the comments because I saw what you said. She needs to be looking fine though, and Tanisha is a cold piece, and I'm gonna agree with you guys. I'm gonna agree with you. I think she got a chance to really go far in boxing and become that star that women's boxing is looking for.
Yeah. I mean, there was another what's the other fight that was on the other night? The fight with Holyfield's son. I was happy for that. Yeah, young Holyfield.
Evan Holyfield, yep.
Very impressive.
16-second knockout.
Made his dad proud in debut, and I wish nothing but the best on that prospect. Another fight that I want to talk about who do you guys want? It was on the top rank. Rochelle Sosa.
I haven't even watched that. I still gotta go ahead and watch that.
Took him to school. I mean, Sosa from Puerto Rico, for my country, and I love him to death, and I love him my Puerto Rico no matter what. But honestly, Rochelle, Mexico, he tore a new what on him. And I just want to see who if people say that they would like to see him fight Oscar Valdez. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I mean, but who would you like guys to see Burchell fight? Because to me, he's been around for a while. He's been good at what he does, but I've never seen him get a big fighters come out.
One of the best offensive fighters in the sport right now, that
so,
Miguel Burchell.
And that card, that card, I really like that one.
All right, so we're gonna finally. I know we've been rambling for 40 minutes, just like that. I'm actually gonna go ahead and get to some comments. So I'm gonna scroll up. Let's see. I'm not gonna scroll all the way up, but I'm gonna scroll up and to see what you guys are saying about Kovalev and whatnot. So,
I agree with him right there.
Who?
See what Enrique just said?
All right, so we'll put it on the screen. Enrique Luna says, the greatest Mexican boxer is Julio Cesar Chavez.
You know, I was telling my son, that's the greatest one right there.
Why?
I'm telling you why. The amount of fight he fought, he didn't use no kind of BS to get where he's at.
Are you sure about that?
What I like about him, he fought. I never heard any time. And if he did use it, I don't think he used it for everybody.
I mean, he got gifts like Canelo too. Yeah,
everybody in boxing.
No. He got that Canelo treatment too back in the 90s.
So I think I will tell my son I respect him more than Canelo. Put it that way. But I agree with Enrique Luna. Yes, sir.
I don't hate. Listen, I don't hate. I'm not like Chavez is whatever to me. I don't hate him. I don't really like him. He's just there. He's a great fighter. I recognize him. I tip my cap to him. But he doesn't really like
bring out
get me going.
Right.
Because I thought he got a gift against Pernell.
Okay.
Pernell boxed his fucking head off. He got a gift.
Every boxer at some point in time, most time get a gift. Every boxer at some point. But what I'm getting, not everybody. I'm just saying general. But I don't think that. All I'm saying is that I agree 100% with that man just put up there. Thank you, Enrique.
Yeah, the thing is, a lot of people say that Chavez had a very padded record, like that he fought a bunch of bums. So what do you think about that? He did. You go look at his record. He fought a bunch of bums. He fought good fighters too, but he fought some bums.
Okay, I'm not talking about the issue here. In my case, with Canelo is not
Canelo got a better record than Chavez.
Having a padded record and this and that. My issue with Canelo is he's using the rehydration clause to win his fights and get advantages against his opponents. I don't like that.
All right, well, we'll move on from that. Let's see, my man Arsenal Maniac. He said, "I was waiting to see if he would turn it on too, but by the ninth, it was evident he wasn't going to do anything."
Yeah, I was like,
shambolic from Kovalev.
Yeah, I agree with him too.
Translate this for me. What is the guy saying? He says, Carlos Cordova. He says, "Pinches babosos." Oh wow, that's pretty bad. "Pinches babosos ni pasaron nada pinches por hoyos cada uno."
Babosos ni pasaron nada.
I know babosos and pinches.
He's just cutting us down. Like he said, you MFS, you don't know shit about what you're talking about. Even with your 4 eyes, you guys don't. He's a Mexican fan, so he's just not agreeing with us. Just cutting us down.
Okay, God bless him. Arsenal Maniac also said Kovalev came off a very tough fight, which broke him down, and this was too soon of a turnaround. They forced him to take the fight early without recovery, and also the stupid rehydration clause. So you got people pretty much agreeing with Kovalev and agreeing with Norm out there. That basically it was too quick of a turnaround. Because when you listen, I don't care. Like he won, I think he won 10 or 11 rounds to the yard before he stopped him. You need time to recover because you got sparring, you got your weight cut, all that stuff, and like literally. So
you're saying that Golden Boy gave him time to decide if he wanted to fight or how fast he wanted to turn around.
I mean, listen, I'm not saying anything people that Canelo's fans aren't saying themselves.
Right.
It was a calculated risk. It was a calculated risk. It was a calculated risk to, get a light heavyweight with a name in the ring, who was a fantastic light heavyweight, who was formidable, and it paid off for him.
Yeah,
it paid off for him. Bum City, let's see what my man Bum City saying. He said, "Yeah, Canelo needs to stay in his own lane. If he needs to drain bigger fights, I don't respect that. Would prefer to see him back at 160 or 160 if he can comfortably make 160 again."
Good point.
Yeah, he needs to find those guys.
I told you about Bum City on that one.
Arsenal Maniac, I think that he'd be able to beat Canelo.
Thank you.
I disagree.
I go. What Arsenal? I think so. I think he would. I think he's an animal.
Chris Mannix, she says, Chris Mannix is a Canelo sexual.
my son just saying.
I mean, he
calls him the businessman.
The company man. He's like what Max Kellerman is to Andre Ward. Chris Mannix is to Canelo.
Oh my God! I don't know what fight he was going early rounds.
Great point here by Boxing Virus. Shout out to him. He says, I think Kovalev's legal issues are now taken care of after this dive.
Oh yeah,
You know about legal issues. About the incident on the plane. Yeah.
All that stuff.
So if that's what he needs to take care of it, I'm sure.
Move on.
I'm sure in his mind it's a very small price to pay, and he'll get a little bit of money after that. But for us, the boxing fans, we kind of feel cheated because we didn't. I don't think, and I know a lot of you guys out there don't think that we got the best Kovalev, but he's seen better days.
Yeah.
It's time to hang the gloves up. I always respect my man Kovalev, but he's got to hang it up, man. He's got to hang it up. I'm gonna scroll way further down the comments. If I skip your comments, don't take offense to it. I just want to get to the bottom of the comments. LA12, shout out to LA12. He said, "Did you see Devin Haney on Twitter? He called out Gervonta Davis and he would fight him after his next fight next week. He said he'd come get a real belt at 135 pounds to tank." I like that fight.
Well, I mean,
I'm not gonna have it, but I like it.
I mean, Haney been saying this. I think a couple months ago, he came out and called out all these names before. He's been calling them out. So I'm on Haney's side on this one.
You on Devin Haney's side?
Yeah.
Let's see. Scrolling down some more. Troy Graham. Okay, he asked a good question. Explain how allowing Kovalev to rehydrate to 185 benefits Canelo. Okay, we'll explain it. I'll explain it for you, Mr. Troy. First of all, Troy, thank you for watching the live. Sergey Kovalev is a naturally bigger man, as you and I both know that. On fight nights, he can rehydrate anywhere from 190 to 195. And if you actually go ahead and look at most of his fight night weights over the course of his career, he hasn't weighed on a fight night. He hasn't weighed anything 180 below 185 since 2013 when he fought Ismail Salah and he weighed 183 pounds. So listen, I'm no genius here, so you can tell me, Troy. In 6 years of just living and your body growing and getting older, going from 30 to 36. I'm not sure how old you are, Troy, but going from 30 years old to 36. I'll ask you that. From 30 to 36, did your body ever slow down?
No, not until now.
Oh,
yeah, okay. but yeah, it's gonna slow down.
What did it get harder to lose weight from 30 to 36?
Yeah.
Okay. So if he's fighting, if he's fighting at a weight on fight night, if he's not allowed to rehydrate above what he normally rehydrates at, and you're draining him down to a weight he hasn't been at in 6 years, then he is naturally going to be drained. So that's how it benefits Canelo. I hope that answered your question.
It's like having a sponge that when he goes to fight night, it has all that water in it, but all of a sudden, somebody comes out and tells you that you have to squeeze all that water before you go out of the sponge before you go to your next fight after you've been doing it for so long. I don't know if you understand my point.
Yeah. Let's see. People hate on the zone commentary, but had they heard Lennox Lewis always giving credit to the guy that's supposed to win at least Mannix had it as a close fight. I mean, I guess. I mean, listen. Comparing Lennox Lewis to Chris Mannix, neither one of them is an elite, but it is what it is. Troy Graham says, "What fight were you watching that you believe the fight was a fraud?" Well, first of all, personally, I earlier in the live, I don't know if you were here earlier, but I actually said I didn't think the fight was a fraud. Neither did he actually. No. What I did say though is that I think Kovalev fought the wrong fight, and I also said that Kovalev fought this fight the same way he fought against Anthony Yarde under Buddy McGirt. The only difference was with the fact that obviously Canelo was in a whole other galaxy of being a fighter, being a better fighter than Anthony Yarde, so that's why the fight played out the way it did. But obviously, we're not going to ignore that there were factors that could have hindered Kovalev from being his best version of himself. The rehydration clause that was announced to us, the public. We're not going to say what Kovalev knew because we don't know what Kovalev knew. But what was announced to us, the public, the day of the weigh-in, when they were pressed at the media tour, the media pressed Golden Boy Promotions, Oscar De La Hoya, will there be rehydration clause? Is there a catch weight? They told us no. Right. We find out otherwise. Okay, so there's that. And then there's also the fact that it was a quick turnaround. So look, I'm not making any excuses. Shout out to Canelo. God bless him. He's going to go down as one of the greatest Mexican fighters of all time. But I'm going to look at this fight holistically and look at all the factors. And there are a lot of people out there, people that are in here right now, the 18 of you that are in here, and there are people that were on my live last night that believe this fight was fixed.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's fixed, but
No.
it is what it is. So look, we pretty much covered all the bases, and we'll get to some more. Okay, here's why I asked. The light heavyweight limit is 175. Correct. It's your job to be in shape. Yeah, the limit is 175. That is correct. But if you're an older fighter, and if you're an older fighter, you're probably accustomed to rehydrating to a certain weight. And Kovalev has been rehydrating above 185 pretty much every year since 2014, 2015. He hadn't been below 185 or below since 2013 when he fought Ishmael Salah. So that's how it would affect him.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. It's done and dusted. Let's see what my main man HB says. And shout out to HB says, "Hey ABT, give my guy David Benavidez 3 more fights than Canelo. First plan, second title, last honors. You think David got youth, speed, size, and dog? Yeah, David Benavidez is as talented as they come.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He just needs to lay off the hard white, and it'll be all right. And the nose can, he'd be all right.
But he's a very aggressive fighter, and he has a Mexican background, and he comes in and he attacks you. He's not going to play like a shark attacking somebody. I think he'd be great to fight. And all those guys you just named, they would be great fights. But kind of fight besides the Benavidez because he is a beast.
All right, so we've done enough talking. I'm gonna answer one more question, and then we're gonna go try to talk to you guys. Would you put Canelo top 5 as a Mexican fighter? Yes, I would. Obviously, you're gonna have Chavez Senior. I think you're gonna have someone like maybe Morales. I would sneak in somebody like Miguel Canto, because he gets underrated. He was a great Mexican flyweight. Miguel Canto, yeah, he's probably someone in the top 3. Yeah. Whether you like it or not, he's someone in the top 3. But I'm gonna give you guys a chance. I'm gonna give you guys a chance. All right, if y'all want to chime in, I'm gonna give you guys a chance. There's 16 of you here. I know there's a lot of you guys that don't agree with me. There's some of you guys that do agree with me. But whether you agree or disagree, here is your chance. I'm gonna open up the chat. You guys can come on live and you can talk and you can give me your thoughts. You can tell me if I don't know anything about boxing. All right, all you gotta do right now, if y'all want to talk, if y'all want to get on the live and talk, you click that link right there, and I will let you come on here and say whatever you want to say.
It's all good.
But now is your chance to talk. Now is your chance to let your opinions be known.
It's all good.
We let our opinions be known. Now it's time to let your opinions be known.
Yep. Well, we just talking boxing.
Cole with the pity pat shots with no conviction to hurt him. Then the zone gave him a deal to stay on the zone. Did they?
Wow, I didn't know. That's news for me to know.
I didn't know that. If that's the case, then damn.
So
if that's the case,
let's get a number 2. A rematch with them. You think is that's the case?
I mean, he's probably just gonna be fed to somebody else.
Yeah.
My man 80 said, Cole was conserving energy and fought a good game plan. If he won the 11 to 12 rounds, he would have won the fight. He got caught and KO'd by Canelo, who had a clever game plan. Yeah, I agree with that. I give Canelo all the credit in the world for his game plan. Like, look, he was content to let Kovalev put some rounds. Like, I'm gonna cut you off. We're gonna go to Troy Graham. Let's see what Troy has to say. Let's go to Troy. Hold on, let me put this out here. Here's Troy. Hello?
Hey, Troy.
What's up, Troy? Troy. Hello?
Oh, he's been on there. He is talking. Asking the same thing.
I can't hear you.
Gotta get the volume.
Let me see him. Are you muted? I'm trying to figure out why we can't hear you. Everything plugged in. I don't know what.
Wow.
All right, I can hear you now.
All right, what's up? What's up, Troy?
Welcome to Truth to Sports.
Yeah, this whole thing with two things. I understand boxing. I got into boxing at 15. I'm 48, so okay. I understand boxing. I understand this much. Most fighters walk around 20 pounds over their weight. Some Some actually more than that, right?
Correct.
Kov, Canelo walks around at not Canelo. Kovalev walks around at over 200 pounds, but it's like
Correct.
210 or something. It's not. It's not Golden Boy's problem that he can't make 185 even though he fights at 175. That's not their problem. He accepted the terms, and that was that, right?
Yeah.
And I
That's not
agree
their
with you.
problem
That's
now.
why I actually hold Kovalev accountable because he signed the contract knowing that. But it makes it difficult for people in the know to give Canelo credit,
To
full
break it,
credit, when they know about the rehydration clause. I'm not hating on
you
Canelo.
said something about full because the phone was breaking up. I didn't quite hear you.
I was saying that it makes like I actually agree with you. Like if he can't make it, that's on him. If he signed the contract knowing those terms, that's on him. You got to hold him accountable for that. But people aren't going to give him his just due, you know,
Why?
because they're going to say Kovalev was weight drained
No, no, they're not. Because if you're supposed to fight at 175 and they say, well, coming at 185, how is he weight drained?
because he normally comes in above 185 on fight night. He hasn't been 185 or below in 6 years.
No. But the rules state that you're a 175 pound champion coming in at 175.
Correct.
They said coming at 185. Where's the weight drain? You're not following the rules then if you're coming overweight, right?
Yeah, I mean, I want to chime in on this. I agree with exactly what you're saying. You're saying is you signed the contract, you agreed to
No.
come in at
I'm saying that the rules clearly state that when you fight at light heavyweight, you're supposed to come in at 175. What they said to him is you could come in at 185. That's fine with us. So
Yeah,
where's the
but
weight drain?
he hasn't come in at 185 on fight night in like 6 years.
Whose problem is that when he's supposed to come in at 175?
Nobody comes in at 175. Everybody always rehydrates a bit above that.
Yes, sir. The rules say that you're supposed to be at 185. Nobody changes rules for anybody. The rules clearly state when you fight at X amount of weight, you're supposed to be at this weight. No one said, there's nowhere in any rule book in boxing that says you're supposed to come in at the weight you feel comfortable at when you fight at this weight, unless you're a heavyweight.
Yeah, but fighters rehydrate above the fight night, above the weight limit all
That
the
has
time.
nothing to do with the rules that are written. Nothing
Yeah.
whatsoever.
What he's clarifying is, regardless of whatever weight Kovalev came on, he knew when he signed that contract, you're going to come in here, and that's the rule that says 175. That's it. You knew that before you signed that contract. So regardless of what I'm saying about the rehydration clause, and you're saying the same thing, the rule says 175. You knew that it's 175. That's what you're basically saying, right?
And they gave him a 10-pound buffer. He said coming at 185.
Oh, they
When
did?
is the last time that's what the contract, I mean, from what I'm reading.
Was what he was supposed to be on fight night. Yeah.
When is the last time that Alvarez actually fought at 185? So how is that benefiting him when he's a smaller man?
Because Kovalev doesn't come in. Kovalev doesn't actually come in at that weight.
But then, Kovalev's a rule breaker because the rules say one. Well, you know what? It's getting redundant. I'm going to talk about the whole fraud thing and just clear it up for everybody. No one threw the fight, and the fight wasn't a fraud. All you have to do, okay, ever since he lost to Ward twice, right? Kovalev is what 5-1 at that time because he got knocked out by
Alvarez.
I can't even think of the. No, man, the fight before Alvarez. Was it Alvarez that knocked him out?
Yeah, they fought twice. He knocked him out in the first fight, and then he came back and he won the rematch earlier this year.
Okay, Kovalev was like 5-1. Nobody was complaining. They say he made a great comeback. But no one could tell me when's the last time he was the crusher. Meaning, when's the last time he hit someone and really just ended a fight like that? No, because see, Father Time can't be beat. And all you have to do is look at Kovalev's body to see that he's older than what he says he is, and he's been through some wars in the ring. Andre Ward beat him in the first fight, and then that's another. Andre Ward beat him in the first fight, and then he broke him in the second fight. He wasn't the same after that. Because notice he didn't protest or anything when the fight was stopped, right? and then he was basically 5-1 before he fought Canelo, right? No one was saying that he was this washed up old guy. All of a sudden he fights Canelo. He's a washed up old guy. No, he was an older guy before he fought Canelo. That's just a fact. He's older than Canelo. But all you have to do is go back 5 fights. He's not blown anybody away anymore because the time doesn't lose. Time is just catching up with him. And that KO that you saw last night, that didn't happen in the round that it happened. That happened over a couple of rounds. The first shot that actually got him hurt was a shot to the air, was a right hook to the air, right?
Correct. Remember that.
Caught him with a hook, and then that right hand, by the time he got hit with the hook, he was already gone. He was already gone because once you get punched in the air, it throws everything off from you.
Yeah, it knocks you off balance. Your whole equilibrium is just gone.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. He throws that off. And if you look at the punch that hit him on the jaw, right, the right hand, his whole face was twisted. His whole face was like messed up. I don't see the fraud anywhere. It's just over time of taking a beating, it doesn't take much to finish a guy that's really on his way out. I'm not saying that he's completely washed up because he did beat the last young guy he fought, right?
Anthony Yarde.
Actually younger than Canelo, right?
Yeah, Anthony Yarde is much younger.
Right. So he's not completely washed up. It's just that he can't fight at the highest levels anymore. He cannot. That's just a fact. There was no fraud in there. People are just very biased and they don't know about. There was no fraud. I didn't see fraud anywhere, but I
actually before we got on live here, I actually just rewatched the whole fight, and like I was saying, I didn't think the fight was fixed. I thought Canelo fought a really intelligent fight. Like he made Kovalev work when he didn't want to work. He remained poised. You know, like his pace, the pace he set as far as not throwing punches, but like moving forward, it really added up over time.
Okay, well, I'll tell you about movement that you can have in the ring that is wasted movement, and there's movement that you can have in the ring that actually is very, very intelligent movement, right?
Correct.
What Canelo was doing was having this man throw a lot of punches. Because if you look at when they gave the numbers, Kovalev threw like 400 plus punches and didn't even land half of them, right?
Yeah, a lot of pity pat shots.
Right. So because he was moving, he could slide, he could move, and then he could come back and catch Kovalev with a nice jab, a right hand, or whatever, because he was making him waste energy. That's called having your opponent burn themselves out and saving yourself. That's all that is. It's not. I mean, honestly, boxing, there's a lot of subtlety to it, but a lot of people who watch it nowadays, they don't know boxing. They just know names. Yeah. And that's a lot of the art of it is lost. Like if you go watch fights like Mike McCollum versus, let's say, Donald Curry, you watch a fighter like James, even some current fighters, Donaire is actually should retire, but 5 years ago, Donaire had he does some subtle things I really like. Crawford too. Crawford, Spence, they do subtle things you can't teach because it's timing. Boom, 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 boom. It's timing. You can't teach that, right? So
absolutely.
But a lot of other stuff is being lost. A lot of
even I don't know what your opinion is on like Triple G, but I feel like Golovkin does some really good subtle things too.
Well, in his last fight, I could see the Kronk influence on him, but because he wasn't taking 4 to land his 2, because he's an older fighter. He's an older fighter now. When he was younger, he really should have got with Kronk years ago because I saw some subtlety in him. I saw some subtle stuff I liked before. I just saw him as a hype job, to be very honest with you.
I mean, he fought a lot of 154 pounders at middleweight.
And the truth is, he was never a one-punch knockout artist. He was what you call a stunner. He'll hit you the first time, right?
Yeah.
That'll get your attention. The second one is gonna hold you in place, and the third one is gonna finish you. he's never knocked anyone out with one punch. Have you seen him knock anybody out with one punch?
The only fight I can think of is do you remember when he fought I think it was Daniel Gio?
Okay.
Had that one exchange that they both threw right hands and he counted him. He counted him while Daniel Gio was throwing right hand.
Yeah, but that was a build up. That wasn't the first round or anything, was it? Was a middle round?
I'm gonna say probably like 4th or 5th, something like that.
So it was no. But y'all have a good night, man. I'm watching the Patriots play my Ravens, and the Ravens up by 4. So
I hope.
Come on, New England.
I hope
Brady,
the Ravens,
baby. I'm from Massachusetts. Brady.
I hope
1-2, baby. Go Brady.
I hope the Ravens get it done, man.
Enjoy the game,
I
man.
hate the Patriots.
Enjoy talking to you. Thanks a lot for the knowledge.
But let me ask y'all something, man. Because being from the Bronx, why the hell do you Boston people drag your R's and say quad and con out?
Hey, I don't know.
You gotta ask him.
Hit this up. Like water is water. Water? Yeah, come on, man. You know you New Yorkers, you go off from wherever you come from in New York, the Bronx, Brooklyn, Harlem, wherever you want to come from, you got your own slang also. So give us some type of and my boy's actually from Brooklyn. So
but
yeah, this whole way of talking too.
Right?
So yeah, so I respect that, but hey, all you need to know is number 12, Brady. There is no slang in that.
The Mickey Ward and Hagler are my two favorite people from Boston.
Mickey Ward, I grew up in Chelmsford in Lowell, Massachusetts, so I'm big on Mickey Ward. Yeah.
All right.
Have a good one, man. Enjoy the game, man. Thanks a lot.
All right, Trey. Nice talking to you, man. All right. So that was Troy Graham. We're gonna go to muscle memory. Let's muscle memory say in regards to what's going on. All right, muscle memory. What's up, champ?
Hey, what's up? How are you?
All right, man. What do you think of this whole Canelo thing?
You're being a little choppy right now. Your video. I don't know if is that on my end or can the chat tell me?
I'm not sure. The chat. Tell me in the chat. I'm not sure. But let me know, guys, like in the comments. What's going on with the video?
Yeah, it's like buffering pretty bad.
Wow. Leave my phone. Let me see.
Hold on.
Yeah, he's right, actually.
It is?
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
It is. I don't know why. But you can hear me, right?
Okay, right now it got a little better.
It got better?
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Yeah. What do you think about the Canelo fight?
Okay, well, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just so I don't miss any points, I don't forget anything. I left a concrete comment on your video last night and on several others. So I'll just read from there and then we'll take it from there, I guess, if you don't mind. So, because these were my basic like initial thoughts. So saying Kovalev took a dive is not to protect his character nor attack Canelo's. This was a business decision which benefited both men. Canelo comes through with a payday on short notice to help Sergey settle his court case later this month, which is at the end of November, while Kovalev acts as a stepping stone towards the legacy of Saul Alvarez. Not to mention Kathy Duva on multiple occasions addressing the fact that they agreed to not discuss the circumstances of the clauses in the contracts. Kovalev, knowing will need a minimum of 2 knockdowns to secure a draw on the scorecards in the state and venue where he has already been judged unfairly twice, the 2 ward fights. And he witnessed the first Canelo Golovkin fight. He was there back in 2017, and he was interviewed after that first fight, and he was like very bitter when they interviewed him, and he was like, Gana won. And then they asked him again, like, well, do you want to see a rematch? He's like, doesn't matter, same thing. And then Gana won, like, it's going to be same thing. And he was very bitter. So he knows what's up. He knows what takes place in Vegas. So my point is, he knows all this. He knows he's going to need a minimum of 2 knockdowns against Canelo to win on scorecards. Yet he doesn't throw anything significant with any power behind it the entire fight. And whenever he did have Canelo pitted in the corner in the 8th round, he never put his foot on the gas, and he actually steps back. He just he just walks back. I don't know. I thought it was very eerie how he did that. And finally, sorry if like this uh, whole thing went a little too long, but finally, I told you guys. Well, I told the BDA guys a couple weeks ago after the Better Biev and Gvozdyk fight happened, how I found it very suspect that Bob Arum immediately said we're going to pursue a unification with Bivol. Okay, why go after Bivol when Kovalev is the ESPN fighter with name recognition and the already bad blood existing between Kovalev and Beterbiev, the similarity in age, the entire Chechen and Russian factor, their history in the amateurs. So basically, like what I picked up from this is he's hinting that he knows Canelo. What's his name? Kovalev's not going to be champion after last night. That's why they're not even bothering even saying something like, well, let's see how Canelo Kovalev goes. No, they just immediately said we're going to pursue Bivol. And that told me that Bob Arum is in on the outcome. So there you go.
Yeah, I remember you saying that last night. Like when you I remember that in the comments I saw that. That's a lot to unpack though. So like
Yeah,
he
sorry
makes some
about
good
that.
points because like that's kind of what I was thinking too. Like maybe
He was telling me
this is
that.
a business decision for Kovalev because he has a whole case going on. It's a lot, man. Like I wish that the fight would have been under fair circumstances, but with the court case and like you said with Arum, you know, it wasn't gonna happen that way.
And I do respect and I enjoy all your comments because you brought out some excellent points that hopefully the audience that's listening caught on to what you were saying. That is so true. So
Thank you.
basically, if he didn't had two knockouts, the fight was basically what I get out of it.
A draw, yeah.
Yeah.
I made that joke last night. I was like, yo,
Tell me.
if Kovalev don't knock him down 2 times, he has to knock him down 2 or 3 times to get a draw. And like the way you just put it,
Those are facts. I like what you tell me.
it could be true.
You said it right. You said it right. You have it written in stone, and those are facts. I mean, I didn't hear it all like that, but the way you put it, I truly believe that could now I got a different perspective by what you said.
Yeah, people are going in on you in the comments, most of it. They're calling you a flat earther.
I see calling me a flat earther and shit.
Yeah.
Also, who's the last superstar, like the last big name to fight, like within like, what was it, like 10 weeks? Like have two major fights, like 10
In
weeks
10 weeks?
apart?
Yeah, it's in a short time.
I can't think
I'll
of
turn
one.
around. I'll turn around fight. Basically, what you say in a short time than the regular
I
training.
can't think of one. Do you know? I don't know.
I
No,
don't.
I don't know. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Again, the entire thing is just suspect to me. But I don't get mad at Canelo. I'm not getting mad at Kovalev. Like I said, they're two grown men. There's millions of dollars involved. They each have something to gain from this, so they came together. And like I said, it was a business decision. It is what it is. It's not a knock on any of their characters.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. I mean, that's like I said, the way you explained it, the way because my son was telling me prior to we were getting on live, he was telling me that Kovalev has some issues with the court in the background. Then you come out and you say that Canelo Duva's Kovalev's manager didn't want to answer certain questions on certain things, but behind closed doors, you already knew what was going on. Wow, that's a lot to chew on, but it is. I'm glad you brought it to the light.
Yeah, no problem. I know it's like a downer. I know it's a black pill. I know it's a party foul, like because people want to, enjoy the moment, like still believe in the sport. But I don't know. I think we need to sometimes perhaps use our third eye or something. Because I mean, again, when there's that much money involved in like a shady city like Vegas, like
I've always said that.
Yeah, and Kovalev's never ever got a fair shake in Vegas his whole career.
And what's funny you said is my son, way before we went live on our lives yesterday, the day before, and now my son told me there's something shady about Kovalev. I don't know what it is, but there's something that's not right.
He can seem too calm. Like he seemed way too calm to me.
he was too calm, and Canelo didn't like when he got that so-called vicious knockout. Like he was very nonchalant about it. I don't know.
So, do you think that boxing will ever go back to the day that how it used to be? Like I always say, real fighters getting in a fight. All champions the way it is. No, all this other background BS and bureaucracy behind it. Do you think it'll go? Those days will ever come again, or is boxing today just like WWF and wrestling?
No, boxing, it just depends on the match. When it's a very high profile match, then obviously politics come into play.
Okay.
So there's still like I don't think there's anything shady in the Gvozdyk Better Be a fight, for example. That
There you go.
was what it was. You saw what you saw because they're not these mega stars with that much money involved with that the winner is some how should I put this like current trends, like
Yeah, I think what you're basically trying is not to cut you off. I'm sorry.
yeah, go
When
ahead.
there's a lot of money involved, there's always going to be something. But these upcoming fighters are actually true to themselves, and you're going to see a true fight from them. Whereas if you see like we saw last night, the night with Kovalev and Canelo, it was basically a business thing.
Yeah.
But you respect both fighters for their character, who they are.
Yeah, Canelo Garantia, whatever, asks if, and I saw this question multiple times, like, well, if Kovalev is taking a dive, why didn't he just go to distance? Why take a knockout like that? Okay, clearly look at the history of Canelo with fights that go to decision. Obviously, it makes more sense if you're going to sell the fight as real to take the knockout, because if it's another fight that goes to distance, then it's going to be again the same storyline afterwards. Well, there's no way of beating Canelo on the scorecard, so just whatever. So just orchestrate a knockout.
Yeah, and then people can say, well, Canelo erased all controversy by making sure he ironed out Kovalev, which
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Okay,
It's very interesting.
a lot to chew on.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And thank you for supporting us. I appreciate that.
He was when I first started doing these StreamYards, he was like, we were live for like 2 hours going in.
Wow, I like that. You're very knowledgeable about what's going on, and I appreciate that. I like to listen to.
But I want to kind of highlight what he said though. Like it depends on the fight. Like you're not gonna get crazy corruption like in like Jose Ramirez versus Maurice Hooker.
No, like exactly. But that's what you're just saying. With the fighters, with it, this is what I get out of it. When there's big money on the fighters that's been around, and there's a lot of things involved. There's always gonna be
well, there's money, there's controversy.
But if you go like the upcoming prospects and the fight with Beterbiev and all these other fighters that are coming up now, you're not gonna have all that because there's not so much money involved, and you're gonna really see a good fight. You're really gonna see a fight that's well, I'm not gonna say honestly, but you're gonna see a clean fight the way it should be fought.
Yeah, well, just let's say the NBA 10 years ago, because I haven't watched NBA in a decade, but let's say 10 years ago, they wouldn't, let's say, mess with let's say a match between, I don't know who sucked back then, like that Atlanta Hawks and like some irrelevant match.
Yeah, like the Atlanta Hawks versus like I don't know the
Bobcats. Obviously,
the Bobcats.
Yeah, obviously it would like they would get involved when it would be like the Lakers Celtics or like the Heat Celtics or whatever. Then like the shit will like come out, but. It's the same with boxing again when there's that large of an audience engaged.
Yeah, it's like when the Kings played the Lakers in the West Finals.
Yeah, 27 free throws in the fourth quarter of 2002. Yeah, I remember that.
Let me ask you one more question. Now, I'm going to ask you about judging. What do you think about the system of judging? How the judges judge? Do you think this should be a better system than the way it is, where the judges sit in front and they don't see the whole fighters' view, like three-dimensional way of the fight? You only see one side from the fight. They're missing a lot of things. You think how could that be corrected in your opinion? Quickly.
I don't see a problem with how it's judged.
Okay.
I think it's fine. It's just either they're like again with mega fights, either they're in on it, they're told about like, well, this is a preferred outcome. Let's say the establishment wants or not. Like I'm sure. I don't think Adelaide Bird is that deluded to give Canelo 10 rounds, in that first fight. It's just they go along with the script.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate your knowledge. Thank you again.
Thank you for listening. And,
No
to
problem, man.
Thank you,
And,
but
shout
thank you.
shout out to Muscle Memory. Make sure you guys go subscribe to his channel. What is it? I'm sorry. What was the name?
it's
Ministry.
Martial Ministry, but
Martial Ministry. There you go.
Thank you.
just a quick heads up with uploading the fights. I got a strike for the Better BF Grozlik fight
Damn.
after a week. Yeah, it was uploaded for like a week, had gone up to like 41K in views, and then they pulled it. So regarding recent fights, because that's what I was doing, like I'll upload like a fight that just happened. Regarding that, like I probably won't be doing that for like the next couple months. So possibly we'll just be uploading older fights or something till then.
That probably makes more sense because the networks won't strike you as much. Like I remember, I got a couple strikes before by Al Heyman.
Yeah, I got this from Top Rank.
Okay,
Wow.
yeah. So yeah, go follow him, guys. Martial Ministries. He uploads fights and has all kinds of cool stuff
Thank
over
you
there.
so much.
Thank you.
All right, man. Thanks.
All right, good night, gentlemen.
Good
Good
night.
night now. Thank you.
All right, so there you have
Wow.
it. We had Troy Graham. We had
Damn,
Muscle
brother,
Memory.
you said that. You told me before.
I was telling you last night. I was
my
like, look,
God. My son
this
told
boy
me
got
before.
three. He got to get 3 knockdowns to get a draw, or 2 knockdowns to get a draw.
It's crazy. My son tells me stuff and he actually like. I'm not gonna say it's complete.
I mean, I'm not right all the time. I mean,
Yeah,
you give me too much credit. I'm wrong a lot, but
no, but you were telling me like something's not right about this fight.
he was too calm. Like, even before last night, right? The whole selfie thing.
Yeah.
Like the whole selfie thing.
Yeah.
Remember when he took the selfie with Canelo?
Yeah.
That was iffy. Okay. Then after that, he's just all calm in the locker room.
Yeah. You
Then
never
there
seen
was the Instagram video where he puts the
Dancing.
Mexican music and he's dancing and stuff.
Yeah.
It was just too much. It was too much. So yeah, if any of y'all want to join, there is the link. There's the link. You click the link right there. You can speak your piece about the Canelo fight. Whatever thoughts you have about the Canelo fight, you can come right here and speak about
Make
it.
sure you hit that like button for us, please. Thank you. And if you want the t-shirts on Fighting Mad, they're up there. And just go to the site and get your favorite fighter. Wow, man, that just blew my mind when he just told me about.
Yeah, it was a business decision.
Oh God.
Well, it's all business.
Yeah.
Everything is a business
My
these
God,
days.
money just actually just like
Love is a business.
oh my
Boxing is a
God.
business. Sports is a business. This Dr. Pepper can, shout out Dr. Pepper, it's a business. Everything's a business.
Wow.
Let's see, let's see some more comments. We got Seven Deuce. What's up, champ? Got a lot of love for Seven Deuce. He's always here. The zone is being Canelo into a cash cow to milk the Mexican fans. He knows both the black and the Mexican fans. Pretty much, I mean, he's got like a what? Was it a 10-fight deal? 13-fight deal?
300 million. Yeah.
So unless he gets knocked out and nailed the canvas, he's not losing. And he's a very hard guy to knock out.
Right.
I mean, like even if you're somebody like Demetrius, I mean, I like Demetrius Andre. I think Demetrius Andre's a fantastic fighter. I think he would give him a good fight. But even if he outboxes, what do you think will happen?
Well, I'm gonna win because the cash cow.
He's winning the fight, so that's what it is. You guys hear me? Yo, you guys hear me? Hello?
check. You know what I mean?